having fun this evening? Yeah, all right. Well, my name is Rosenberry. I'm infrastructure architect for a company called iOvation locally here, but I'm also the president of the Internet Peering Exchange, the Northwest Access Exchange. And today I'm here to talk to you about why your internet in Oregon is not as good as it otherwise could be. Specifically, I want to talk to you about why going from point A to point B in the city of Portland, maybe just across the street here, has to go to Seattle and back, or perhaps even down to California and back in one direction, or perhaps both, from A to B or B to A. So, why? Well, this is a trace route, by the way, as an example. From my house, that's it, technology. This is going to be a boring slide. So my house to my office, and another one from my office back to my house. If you look closely, it goes to Seattle and back in both directions. A lot of router hops there, 12 milliseconds round trip. So, kind of sucks. Well, why is that? Well, the internet is not just one network. It's made up of tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of independent networks that all have to interconnect in some way so you can go from anywhere to anywhere. And if you're a network, you have to decide where you're going to actually make those connections. In the United States, there's 10 major peering cities, and this is really a matter of demographics and a matter of geography of where the mountains and things are, but it also has some history involved that, you wouldn't put them there if you were to do it today, but it's just kind of how it evolved. So why don't networks peer in Oregon? Well, sorry guys, we're not an NFL city. We're just not big enough. We're also too close to Seattle. It's not that far up there and back. And so on the global scale, they're just too close together. So that's unfortunate. So what can you do about this? If you're a medium regional network, or even a small network, or even an end user, you have options. So public peering exchanges are a great way you can exchange traffic locally without having to go to these major peering cities. So we have one of those in Oregon. It's called NWACS. It's located, the main core is in the Pittock building in downtown. We have 67 members currently, more on the way. It's totally volunteer run and member supported. So the board is elected every year by the membership. So, all right, great, you're on board, you want to connect. How do you do this? Well, easiest thing is just buy your internet from an ISP that already connects. But come on, that's the boring solution here. This is a room full of technologists, right? You want to control your own destiny, right? So I'm going to tell you tonight how to turn your internet into a commodity so that you can change ISPs without them having the control, without really any impact. You don't have to renumber your IPs or any of that jazz. So the first step is to get 2 internet connections. I know you wanted this anyway, right? I mean, you're all out there surfing Reddit, you got to get to your Hacker News, /dot, whatever your poison is, right? So come on, first step is to get 2 internet connections. This is required for the next step, right? So the next step is to go to ARIN, the American Registry for Internet Numbers, and get yourself an autonomous system number. This is a unique integer that identifies your network as unique from the rest, whatever, kind of boring. You just got to go sign up for the form and pay the fee and get it. The next step is to get your own IP space. Optimally, you want to get this from ARIN as well, so that you're not beholden to an ISP. You can get it from your ISP, but then you're beholden to them. You have to have at least a /24 or 256 IPs in order to route BGP on the open internet. So, all right, next access is that you want to get access to local routes. So, one option would have been if one of the ISPs you chose peers locally, you can just call that good and be done or whatnot. The other option is to actually go ahead and connect to the peering exchange yourself, and that's what I'll explain what to do. So if you already have equipment at one of the 4 facilities where NWACS exists, you can just order a cross-connect and connect directly. Shoot me an email, shoot the info list an email. But the other option is to get Ethernet transport or dark fiber from wherever your location is back to one of those sites. Once you're on the exchange, go ahead and peer with our route servers. The route servers take routes from all the other members that join the exchange and are on the route server, and they disseminate to others. By the way, you'll connect directly to Google with this. So how many people use Google Apps here, right? It's a big deal. All right, so this is not going to solve all of your problems. Most large providers will not peer on a public peering exchange. Most residential internet providers are large providers. I'm sorry, I can't solve that. That's net neutrality talk. That's 450 pages of legislation that came out today. Other reasons to do this. If you take anything away from this, I want you to be a little educated. When you go and talk to your ISPs, when you go and purchase internet, ask them, where do you peer? What is your peering policy? Are you trying to take money out of both myself and the other side? 5 steps here, again, recap. Get 2 internet connections, get your ASN, get IP space, run BGP with your ISPs, connect to NWACS. My name is Rosenberry, president of NWACS. The next slide has our website, my email address. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you very much for your time.